Do you think that discovering the newly found cave paintings would change our opinions on the human race and our prehistorical culture? Delve into the depths of history and uncover the mysteries concealed within. Number 1. Leang Tadong Cave Art. This cave, which is located on Sulawesi Island, Indonesia, is fronted by a small valley and encircled by mountains. The entire site is brimming with curiosity, which naturally encourages people to investigate it. This area is locally known as the Buffalo Cave. This region floods frequently during the monsoon season, so in the past, the buffaloes were moved inside the cave to keep them safe from it. A picture of wild pigs, created at least 45,500 years ago, is located 50 meters into the cave, which is the earliest known animal cave painting. A pair of boars are painted atop one another. If you look more closely, you can see that the artist painted the cave wall using a brush dipped in paint. We see that the hands have been styled differently using a spray technique. They sprayed the pigment on after pressing their palms up against the wall. Scientists think this location might include ancient paintings. According to some researchers, the earliest intellectual breakthroughs happened exclusively in Europe. Number 2. Neanderthal Iberian Cave Art. Deep in the caves below Spain, archaeologists have discovered groundbreaking new evidence that transforms what we know about the origin of art. Since the 19th century, when the Neanderthals were discovered, there has been an ongoing problem with their image. Misunderstandings at first led to them being called Homo stupidus, and they were frequently portrayed as ape-like, basic creatures without complex beliefs. Recent findings, however, contradict these ideas. Using uranium series dating on mineral pigments instead of carbon dating, evidence from Neanderthal cave paintings indicates that these pieces of art are more than 64,000 years old. This suggests that Neanderthals were capable of symbolic expression and intentional cultural practices, as it predates the arrival of modern humans in Spain by thousands of years. Our view of Neanderthals as relatives with a rich cultural legacy that deserves appreciation beyond outdated stereotypes has been changed by this discovery. Number 3. Lasco Cave Art. A unique insight into the past, cave art shows a time when steppe bison, woolly mammoths, and other huge creatures coexisted with people across Eurasia. Found mostly in more than 400 caverns and shelters, mostly in France and Spain, among of the most famous locations include Chave d'Arc and Lasco Grotto. These ancient pieces of art, which date back up to 65,000 years, are primarily credited to Homo sapiens and feature accurate representations of Ice Age creatures like mammoths, horses, lions, aurochs, and deer. The artwork was either carved by tools into the stone or painted directly into the cave walls using red or black colors made from stones. The natural contours of the cave walls were occasionally used by artists to highlight particular animal features. Since the late 1800s, researchers have been debating the meaning of cave art. Theories vary from early forms of visual communication to spiritual or ceremonial rituals. Though solid interpretations are still challenging, symbols that appear often in artworks reveal possible shared meanings among artists. These drawings shed light on our prehistoric ancestors' surroundings, actions, and beliefs, in addition to their aesthetic and possibly symbolic value. Number 4. Cueva de las Manos, Rio Pinturas. A 100-meter path goes to the impressive archaeological site known as the Cave of Hands, which features unusual rock art, including handprints that appear to be carved into the rock face. This location is widely recognized as one of the most important in the nation. In 1999, it was granted UNESCO World Heritage status due to its exceptionally well-preserved rock art, which dates back almost 10,000 years. There is a long history of human presence here, with the earliest paintings dating back around 9,300 years, and the most recent ones dating back 1,300 years. Most of these prehistoric artworks are handprints, some of which have unusual features like 6 fingers, coupled with pictures of guanacos and hunting scenes. These representations offer priceless insights into the customs and beliefs of the earliest immigrants, probably ancestors of the Tehuelche people, who made use of the cavern to obtain wildlife, water from the neighboring river, and shelter. Here, a number of complex artistic techniques are used, such as the negative handprints created by spraying pigment through the mouth, and the careful representations of animals and hunting scenes created with brushes and isopods. Number 5. Chave Cave Art. Located in the Ardèche area of southern France, Chave Cave is one of the most important ancient art sites in the world. It was founded in 1994 by local explorers Jean-Marie Chauvet, Eliette Brunel Deschamps, and Christian Hilaire. At roughly 36,000 years old, it's got some of the earliest known cave drawings. Because of the cave's amazing preservation brought about by its millennia of isolation, one may see detailed drawings of animals such as horses, lions, bears, and rhinoceroses, as well as abstract designs and complex handprints. Notably, the paintings show advanced techniques that are uncommon in prehistoric art, like shading and perspective. Along with its artistic value, Chave Cave provides important insights into prehistoric human activity through the remains of extinct creatures such as cave bears and mammoths, as well as footprints and charcoal traces. The hearth suggests that it was used for acting as both an efficient location for ceremonies or meetings and an oasis for artists. Since the artists used masks to create the handprints, they probably had personal or symbolic meanings for them. There has been an ongoing debate about the animal painting's potential spiritual, ceremonial, or practical meanings, possibly connected to hunting customs or unity in society. Number 6. The Almira Cave Paintings. Surrounded by Santillana del Mar in Spain, the Cave of Almira is well known for its amazing prehistoric artwork. This features monotone paintings and cold drawings of hands holding various animals. Stretching over 1,000 meters, Almira is a maze of twisting tunnels and chambers that was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. The cave's archaeological digs have produced a wealth of objects that date from 14,000 to 18,000 years ago. The Paleolithic, or Old Stone Age, is when the oldest paintings at Almira date back up to 36,000 years. About 13,000 years ago, a rockfall shut the cave's entrance, keeping its contents safe until their accidental rediscovery in 1868. The first thought that it was a fake was dismissed when it was recognized that traditional signs of historical use, like soot or smoke stains, were prevented by the unique preservation situations. The polychrome ceiling in Almira, which features complex paintings of horses, a big doe, maybe a wild boar, and an extinct steppe bison, is one of the building's most remarkable examples of artistic talent. In addition to the animal scenes, these paintings from the Magdalenian occupation also feature abstract shapes. More details on the methods and culture of its creators can be obtained from handprints made by blowing pigment over hands that were pressed up against the cave walls. In 2002, Almira closed to the public due to worries about the influence of visitors on the preservation. Nearby, a duplicate cave and museum that accurately recreates the cave's interior and artwork was built in 2001 to enable ongoing research and public interaction with this priceless cultural legacy. Number 7. The Apollo 11 Cave Stones, Namibia. Early humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers who lived during the Middle Stone Age, also known as the Mesolithic period, around 25,000 BCE. They were continuously on the road in search of resources and food. The Apollo 11 stones and other relics from that age witness the importance of this period in human history, which was defined by the invention of symbolic behavior and the use of stone tools. Excavated by archaeologist Charles Green, the Apollo 11 stones were found deep within Namibia's Bibia Mountains and offer unique insights into the cognitive capacities and cultural activities of early Homo sapiens. The fact that these stones, known as art mobilier, were lightweight and movable, suggests that people or groups may have carried them while they moved across the terrain. This movement suggests an intentional attempt to maintain and possibly spread these symbolic representations over many locales. The artworks discovered on the Apollo 11 stones include a wide range of topics that were probably important to these ancient humans' daily lives and belief systems. Among the motifs found are pictures of hunted animals, items needed for survival, and otherworldly symbols that archaeologists are still debating. These symbolic representations hint at a higher degree of social and cognitive complexity in addition to the ability for artistic expression. The Apollo 11 stones are similar in both appearance and content to other artifacts discovered thousands of kilometers away in places like Morocco to Egypt. This shows that multiple early human groups shared a cultural and potentially symbolic language due to their nomadic lifestyle and interactions with nearby tribes. Number 8. Kakadu and other rock art sites, Australia. Around 60,000 years ago, humans first arrived in what is now Kakadu National Park, which is located in Australia's Arnhem Land region along the country's northern coast. The surviving rock art in the park offers a wealth of historical information. Some of it is at least 25,000 years old. Nyombolmi, one of Kakadu's famous artists, is credited with producing the last known picture before the region was declared a national park in 1972. Kakadu National Park is home to a wide variety of rock art that shows a broad range of subjects and artistic skills across many times and styles. The X-ray style, which is defined by the representation of both interior anatomical details and outward elements, such as body, face, and limb shapes, is one well-known style seen in these ancient artworks, such as organs and bones inside the same figures. The unique creative method offers fascinating details about the customs and beliefs of the indigenous people who made them. The fact that the rock art at Kakadu serves as a historical record of environmental changes over millennia is one of its most fascinating characteristics. The painting's depictions of animals that are now extinct in the area provide evidence of former climates and ecosystems that are very different from those that exist today. Similar discoveries have been made in other places of the world, such as the Sahara Desert, where prehistoric rock art depicts a time when the environment was rich and teeming with life, in stark contrast to its current dehydrated state. These results are consistent with this phenomenon. Australia is known for its abundance of rock art. Estimates place it at between 150,000 and at up to 250,000 possible locations around the nation, mostly in the areas of Arnhem Land and Kimberley. For indigenous tribes, these artworks continue to have great spiritual importance, making them more than just historical artifacts. These paintings provide direct links to ancestors' customs and beliefs and are part of the larger meaning of the dreaming, a key concept in Aboriginal spirituality that includes creation stories, the law, and cultural values. Number 9. The Lower Pecos rock art in Texas and Mexico. Even many Texans themselves frequently ignore the worldwide treasure that is the Lower Pecos region's rock art in West Texas. Hidden away close to the Rio Grande and Pecos River confluence, this isolated region has great archaeological value since it has traces of human occupation going back an amazing 12,000 years. Using the plants, fish, and upland resources of the area, the early occupants found shelter in its rock shelters and left a legacy of artwork and artifacts that offer a unique and fascinating window into prehistoric life. The rock drawings in this area are among its most remarkable features. Some of them date back at least 4,000 years, and they never cease to amaze and confuse researchers. Located in rock shelters and on cliff walls, these complex and colorful artworks escape simple translation. When Carolyn Boyd first visited the region as an artist, she saw compositions and patterns in rock art that spoke to creative storytelling and cultural expression. Her revolutionary study refutes the idea that these pieces of art are only abstract. Rather, she believes that they contain rich information that is just waiting to be understood, and may have served the ancient peoples who made them for ceremonial, spiritual, or communicational purposes. Due to their placement on private property, access to these sites is frequently limited. However, locations such as Seminole Canyon State Park offer chances for the public to interact with some of the best specimens. Colorful representations that most likely had ceremonial or spiritual functions may be seen here, such as the crenulated arch, which is a symbol for a portal to the afterlife. Beyond the academy, she spent her time teaching the next generation of local students about their legacy through the Shumla School, encouraging respect and care for these priceless treasures. The school has enhanced academic performance and created a sense of pride and responsibility in protecting their family legacy by combining science education with cultural history. For Boyd and many others, the Lower Pecos is a place they are called to live, not just a place of historical interest. They seek to ensure that these historic works of art remain for future generations to wonder at and learn from, keeping a unique view into humanity's history in the wild landscapes of West Texas by solving its secrets and telling its stories. Number 10. Pimka Rock Shelters. The Pimka Rock housing provides a fascinating view into the millennia-old lives of early humans. These shelters, which date back up to 100,000 years to the Lower Paleolithic period, are not simply geological landmarks, but also windows into human history. They are hidden away within the Ratapani Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh, India. The colorful rock murals that cover the walls of these shelters are among its most impressive features. These paintings, which have been produced across millennia, show a diverse tapestry of life throughout history. There is still evidence of prehistoric clan meetings in Cave Number 3. The auditorium may be led by chiefs who addressed their people from the famous Chief's Rock. It feels like traveling through time to go through these caves. Early Mesolithic times. The evolution of human expression can be seen in the images of animals in art, from the abundant depictions of tigers, deer, and bulls in the prehistoric era to the scenes of hunting, combat, and even elegant walks in later historical times. Whether it shows scenes from ordinary hunts or creatures from mythology, every picture is a tribute to the practical, cultural, and spiritual life of our ancient ancestors. Not only were these shelters works of art, but they also functioned as cemeteries. These caverns are where the Mesolithic people buried their dead, frequently with tools and other items as grave goods that provide insight into their beliefs and practices around death and the afterlife. The discovery of Pimka by Mr. V.S. Wakankar in the middle of the 20th century drastically changed our perception of South Asian human evolution. The oldest continually inhabited rock shelters in India, are estimated to be about 750 in number, of which 500 are painted. From the beginning of human civilization to the Middle Ages, they have had its ups and downs. The creativity and resourcefulness of prehistoric people are shown in the colors employed in these paintings, which are sourced from minerals like hematite and lime. Number 11. Sidacapivara National Park. Located in the Capivara Mountains in northern Brazil, the Sidacapivara National Park has a rich historical background that dates back to an amazing discovery made there in the 1960s. This isolated area gained fame for the huge amount of rock art, which provides details about the daily life of the people who lived there approximately 20,000 years ago. More than 30,000 paintings that wonderfully captured everyday life, immigration, and the surrounding landscape of that past era were discovered. One painting in particular sticks out from the collection. It depicts a family enjoying honey that was harvested from a beehive. Another shows a family stargazing, highlighting the connection that exists between individuals and their surroundings. Scenes of hunting, which was necessary for their survival, were also frequently portrayed, illustrating the challenges they faced, as well as outdated survival techniques. Natural characteristics of the area, such as a river that had once flowed through, attracted a variety of creatures that were both respected and feared, in addition to serving as food sources. Artifacts were found that included jewelry created from animal tusks and horns, each species painted in a unique and frequently symbolic way. A major turning point in the study of rock art was the discovery of a painting in the 1970s that included a sacred tree. This artwork, which is thought to be older than 10,000 years, depicts a group of people gathered around a tree in what looks to be a ceremonial or ritualistic setting. There is speculation that this scene shows a kind of love or respect for the tree, similar to customs that the local indigenous people still follow today. Sidacapivara's rock art portrays a turning point in human history when people started writing down not just their everyday lives, but also their cultural and spiritual beliefs. The paintings offer a unique viewpoint on the development of human awareness by illustrating the close relationship that early humans had with their surroundings in terms of spiritual importance and dietary needs. Number 12. Cueva de Nera. The Nera Caves is the cave where people have lived from approximately 25,000 BC. While stalagmites rise from the earth below, stalagmites hang from the cave's roof. Only a small portion of the more than 3 miles is available to the general public because of continuing archaeological research and the discovery of human skeletons, which has prevented more exploration. Going inside the Hall of the Elephant Tusk, you can observe the waterfall, which was a crucial source of water for the prehistoric cave inhabitants. Above, you can see where flames had earlier been lighted, close to the 32-meter-tall world's highest stalagmite, which was created by a strong earthquake. Even though there are still areas that cannot be studied, they have important Paleolithic and Magdalenian artwork, including goats and seals. Sadly, Green's sickness, an algae that deteriorates cave murals when exposed to artificial light, makes these places off-limits. The world's largest formations will leave you in amazement at their different stalactites and stalagmites. Number 13. Cave of El Castillo. Important findings are made in this sacred chamber beneath a pyramid, revealing the complex historical background of ancient Maya culture. The jaguar throne is a tribute to the site's regal and spiritual significance. It has been decorated with unique paint and priceless jade brought from Guatemala. Human bones hidden nearby, probably those of ancestors or important individuals, suggest a funeral environment entwined with the beliefs of the Mayans about resurrection and the cycle of life. The bone-studded walls of the chamber point to a significant burial place, possibly that of a famous monarch. These discoveries reveal the complex spiritual and ceremonial customs of Chichen Itza's prehistoric residents, in addition to penetrating the city's historical layers. This investigation goes beyond the simple finding of artifacts, providing a strong tie to a cultural legacy that reveals the lasting influence of the ceremonies and beliefs of the Maya civilization and connects the past and present. Number 14. Tadat Acacus. Tadat Acacus is an area of great cultural and archaeological significance found in the southwestern Sahara Desert of Libya. Tadat Acacus is known for its wide variety of thousands of years of prehistoric rock art, which is what draws visitors in. These Neolithic and later images of daily life, rituals, and wildlife are portrayed in these ancient paintings and carvings that are scattered across the desert rocks. The Tadat Acacus rock art offers priceless insights into the way of life and ideologies of prehistoric Saharan human communities. It provides insight into their social structures, hunting techniques, and spiritual rites, and demonstrates a close bond with their surroundings. The artwork also demonstrates a remarkable variety of stylistic and technical abilities, from straightforward portrayals to complex and metaphorical meanings. Also, Tadat Acacus is well known for its breathtaking natural scenery, which includes deep gorges, secret valleys, and towering sandstone formations. In addition to providing a striking background for the rock art, these geological features are home to a rare desert ecology that has adapted to harsh conditions. Number 15. Merl Cave. The Merl Cave in France is an important place to learn about Paleolithic art because of its magnificent prehistoric murals. The murals in the cave, which date back more than 29,000 years, give a vivid picture of ancient life and society. The most remarkable is the minutely detailed representations of bison, horses, mammoths, and other animals that were created using natural pigments like ochre and manganese oxide. Among the artistic wonders of the cave is the Black Frieze, an amazing panel with concentric circles of animals that demonstrates a great sense of perspective and composition. The 6-meter-long spotted horses composition, which is framed by stalagmites and showcases the Paleolithic artist's deft use of movement and detail, is another outstanding piece. Merl's preservation is unique. Natural processes sealed the cave around 10,000 years ago, protecting the artworks from erosion and interference long ago. Because of their preservation, modern scholars and tourists may now marvel at the rich colors and complex designs that provide us with insights into the customs, ideologies, and creative abilities of our ancient ancestors. Number 16. Neoc Cave. Famous for its breathtaking prehistoric cave paintings are the Neoc Caves, which are located in the southern French province of Ariège. These drawings, which date back more than 14,000 years, are among the best examples of Paleolithic art in existence. The bison, horses, ibexes, deer, and other creatures are presented with skill in the cave's elaborate and colorful murals, which are especially well known for their use of natural pigments like iron oxide and manganese. The Salon Noir Black Hall, one of the most well-known areas of Neoc Cave, is home to the Salon Noir panel, an amazing painting on the cave walls that features over 80 carefully rendered animal images. In addition to demonstrating Paleolithic humans' artistic ability, the artwork offers information about their spiritual beliefs and connection to the natural environment. To protect and guarantee the longevity of the sensitive artwork, access to the cave is strictly regulated. Number 17. Mura Cave. Northwest Bulgaria's Mura Cave is well known for its remarkable prehistoric paintings from the Upper Paleolithic, which happened between 10,000 and 8,000 years ago. Mura Cave is one of the biggest and most significant cave art sites in Bulgaria because of these paintings. A variety of symbolic and narrative artworks adorn the cave's walls, most of which show hunting scenes, ceremonial ceremonies, and animals including deer, goats, and even extinct species like the woolly rhinoceros. Red, black, and white paints are used in the painting's illustration, which suggests a deep mastery of color, mixing, and shading. Notably, the paintings in Mura Cave are not just works of art, but also priceless historical documents that offer light on people's daily lives, beliefs, and cultural behaviors of the area's prehistoric people. The related acoustics and chambers of the cave probably had spiritual meaning for these prehistoric people, adding to the cave's value as a place for rituals and art. Today, Mura Cave is open to visitors under strict rules to prevent environmental damage to the sensitive artwork. Number 18. Lasco Cave. Cattle herders walked these plains 5,000 years ago, looking for shelter from the sun. Every extension of rock was familiar to them. They were like sailors following the stars. One trip, however, stood out. This time, they arrived at Lasco Cave to make history rather than to graze. The underfunded region of Greater Somalia owes its archaeological exploration to Dr. Sada Meyer. She changed Somali archaeology by finding more than 100 rock art and burial sites on her own. Her work is still extraordinary in poverty and violence. Lasco Cave's paintings depict animals and scenes of herders, hunters, and caravans in rich detail, offering a look into a lifelong past. This historic gallery displays trade, a lunar calendar, and a pastoral economy. The artist's pride and ownership are highlighted by complex paintings of cows that refer to ceremonies or branding. The artwork created by these herders is a monument to human creativity and connection to nature, despite the mystery surrounding their intentions, whether they be religious, territorial, or artistic. Lasco is a marvel that is easily accessible near Hargeisa, even if it is not the only one in the area. Number 19. Petroglyph National Monument. Over 20,000 prehistoric petroglyphs can be found in the Petroglyph National Monument. These are thought to have been made by the Pueblo people's ancestors during a time when the Rio Grande Rift Valley was at its most populated. These profound cultural symbols, cut into volcanic rocks coated in desert varnish, show the complexity of past societies. The most common method involved using fire-cracked rock, which was formed by quickly cooling heated rocks to produce carving tools. Interestingly, many Pueblo languages lack a word for art, underscoring that these images hold deeper cultural significance beyond mere carvings. The meanings behind these petroglyphs remain shrouded in mystery, sparking curiosity about their creators, rituals, and reasons for selection. Depending on the light and time of day, different petroglyphs can be seen along the paths at Petroglyph National Monument, making an exploration feel like a treasure hunt. The ability to connect with and appreciate the cleverness and complexity of long-gone societies is made possible by these ancient artworks, which provide a physical link to the past. Here, traditional ceremonies are still performed, demonstrating the site's ongoing cultural significance. Number 20. Alta Rock Art. Here we are, above the Arctic Circle at the northernmost point of Norway, surrounded by amazing 2,700-year-old rock art. The everyday activities of the indigenous people, hunting, fishing, and herding reindeer, are portrayed in stunning detail in these old engravings and paintings. A reindeer trapping fence, which is crucial for getting meat, skins, and bones, appears in one of the most striking scenes. Another interesting illustration shows hunters pursuing reindeer driven into the sea during a boat-based hunt. Another story is told on a different rock face, where hunters follow a bear and finally show it being speared to death. Locals did not see this rock art until the 1960s, but since then, experts have been drawn to examine its meaning. Even so, a few of the fundamental beauty of the carvings, which are mostly of reindeer, shines through even though they were augmented with red paint for visibility. This is especially true when the low light angles typical of the far north are present, giving the sculptures a green and purple hue that resembles the northern lights. That brings an end to our day. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and keep watching for more. See you next time.